This meeting is being recorded.
You know, whoever has that echo, and I know that's probably Trav, because I can hear that this meeting is being recorded. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Welcome to L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth. I'm your host, Nick. What's up, family?
What's up?
Hey guys, happy Sunday.
Yes. Happy Sunday. Y'all, today's topic is going to be the trap of helping or enabling. So let me ask you guys this first. Do you guys consider yourself a helper or an enabler to people?
I've been both.
Yeah, I have too. Not purposely, but I have.
Yeah. Hold on.
I've definitely been both.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking this live on Facebook, y'all. Hold on.
And what I don't think there's not one person that has never done both, because whether it's our children or a good friend or whatever the case may be, we've all been manipulated to the point that we have enabled a individual.
Right. I definitely agree with that. Whew, Lord. Okay, let me
But
ask.
I think there's a difference between when someone knows that they're enabling someone's behavior and someone that's helped someone know.
Say that again.
I said, I think that there's a difference between when someone knows that they're enabling someone's behavior and then when someone's just helping someone off along the way. Because I would say that there's people that knows that someone's behavior is, not so great. And then they keep justifying the bad things that they're doing. And that's the enabling portion of it, not holding that person accountable and saying, hey, look, this is wrong. And this is what I think you should do to fix it. Instead, they let broken be broken, because we use that saying, if you love it, I like it.
If you like it, I love it.
Yeah, if you like it, I love it. And a lot of times that's an enabling sentence, because it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. You know that this is unhealthy, but yet I'm gonna let you keep going with this. But
see, whenever I've used that statement, it's like, you're being an idiot, but you're not willing to not be an idiot. So
right, but
that's always been my thought
too. I see what you're saying too, but I'm saying some people use it in enabling a situation, like I'm just gonna let this ride, even though this isn't cool.
Yeah, to avoid arguments or avoid situations. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. If your mate needed your help because they fucked off their money for their bills, do you run to the rescue? This is let's say if you guys don't live together, but you guys been together for, let's say 4 or 5 years. Do you help and run to their rescue but you don't know the fact that they fucked up their bills until later? But at that moment, do you help them?
It depends. Is this the first time and only time, or is this the time where this just keeps continuing to happen? Because
let's just say the first time.
I'm gonna help him out. If I've been dealing with this person for 5-some years and that's my man, and he got my back and he don't play about me, I'm not gonna play about him. I'm gonna help him out.
Okay.
I agree. If it's the first time, yeah. But if that's just your habit that you just terrible with money, don't come asking me for shit.
Right. Tanya?
Ditto.
Okay. Trav?
I love you ladies, but all this shit y'all are saying is some woman shit.
Oh shit.
I knew it was coming. Showing up.
Just
Baddest mofo in the lane.
It's just some woman shit, and especially men like me don't even think like this. But to answer the question,
men like you, but some men do. Trust and believe.
Yeah, no, 80-20. You talking about the mother men?
I would say 20% in your area, but 80% of the outside. Yes, go ahead.
But would I help my mate? Well, first, if she tricked her money off, that's gonna be tough because.
But you don't know she tricked her money off yet. She made an excuse. So let's say the first time she says, baby, I'm short $500 on my rent because I had an extra bill that I had to pay.
How long we been dealing?
4 or 5 years.
Come on, show enough.
Shit, I mean, She got a
Basically, he's
24.
saying he's gonna give her 500 plus another 5. That's what he's saying.
Go ahead. Say
No,
it.
no,
Say it.
no. She's got a 24-month contract anyway. So therefore, by that time, I'm gonna be the she gonna be my wife. I'm gonna be the hit the road. It's gonna be I'm gonna hit the meat wagon. I'm gonna get the hell on. So,
Okay.
but
Okay. Listen to this. So if you live together and she fucked off money for the first time, you had a set amount for her to pay. I know your type of men, Trav. The women don't pay the bills. You pay all the bills. They do what they want to do with their money. But I'm talking about in the real world, in today's world, where niggas like to do half and half, or the woman pays the household bills and they pay the mortgage. If that woman was to fuck off her money, would you help out? Would you help her?
because I'm gonna take all the heavy lifting. I mean, all the heavy lifting. You might be responsible for groceries and that's it. Or
Okay.
groceries.
And maybe I
That's
don't have the money because I had an extra bill, and then I help my mom with this and that, and then I help my sister, and so I don't have grocery money. I need $200.
So your ass can't eat. What
Or
you gonna do?
Or how about this? How about because you pay all the bills and everything goes through you, Travis? What if she goes to the grocery store and instead of spending $250 on groceries, she was hungry when she went to the grocery store. She pregnant and everything, and she ended up spending $550 on groceries.
You said she's
y'all know the crazy part is I really think like this as a man. So when y'all say scenarios like that, I'm like, how you go over? Because I already budgeted you another 1,000 on top of what I said in my mind, and you fucked that up too. Now I'm mad at you for real. Now I'm upset because I already got this shit set up in my mind. But you got a defective card that you don't even know. I'd be like, bro, don't fuck with that. But if you go over, I'm already in my mind like, okay, I know she gonna go over. But if you fuck that up, I'm probably gonna be pretty angry. I'm gonna be angry. Would I help? Boy, it's better be the first time, and the last time it's gonna be
No,
fucked
it is
up.
the first time. It is the first time. Let's say it's the
How
first
long we been and how long we been dealing?
5 years, nigga. 4 to 5 years.
You can get one fuck up in 4 or 5 years, you
Okay.
know, but you gonna have to go another 10 clean behind that.
Damn.
Okay. So
Yeah,
what if- okay. So listen, 4 to 5 years, she fucks up. You help her out. 2 years later, so now you're together for 7 years. The same shit happens, but now it's more money.
we got kids involved now.
Yes.
You guys got 3 kids. No, I can't say 3 kids because you only been together 7 years and you didn't have. Okay, so you have 2 kids.
I know these kids mine. I've already DNA tested them.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they're yours.
She might get another. She might get another mess up. I'm just trying to get the kids to 18 at this point.
Okay, so they're 2 years old now. Now you've been together 8 years. And she
How about
fucks up again financially. Baby's 2 years old. She fucks up
Y'all,
again.
again.
Hold on, you've been together 8 years. You got 2 children. This is the 3rd time that she fucks off money, but it's the same situation. It's the same lie, and you catch her each year because you write it down, or you have a memory bank, and you know it's a lie.
Clearly, this heifer has some mental problems. So, dealing with the type man I am, I'm gonna be upset as a motherfucker. But I would really try to buy this lady out if it was possible. I would
Okay.
really try to buy out, if possible. Could we see what would it take for you to get the hell on peacefully? Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't want to lose our family. I don't want to leave our family.
No, you fucking our family up because I'm making sure everything's smooth, and you throwing shit in the pot that we don't need. So something is wrong with you.
I just really like these bonnets. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop.
I just like that vending
like that.
machine they got.
I really like this Versace. No. Okay, so we got a comment, y'all. This from Natasha. She said, well, I got a problem with that. She or he knew she had bills to pay, but normally she would help out. But if it's constantly, nope, I will not.
Let me ask you a question. Who's this? Who's just chimed in?
Natasha.
Oh, tell Natasha I say hello, and I want to answer her question to her. Well, say something to her comment. The reason she feels like that because women's money belongs to you all, and men's money belongs to the family. So you're not prone to take care of a man anyway. Whether your face, you can ball your face up all you want. That's fact.
That's that
That
20%.
is fact.
That's 20%.
Women don't make money. Women do not go to college for men. They go to college for themselves. Men go to college for their families. So I'm gonna take care of my family. You never hear no little girl saying, I'm gonna take
That's
care of my
20,
family.
that's
Inaccurate.
20% of
That
men.
is 100% accurate.
That is 20% of men and 80% of women. And the comment she made is they messing up the family with lies. That was her response.
She's talking about a man, but a man is not prone to be in that position. He's not.
But you got, I mean, I understand you're a man, Trav, but you got to really, really, really just think about the real world, not your caliber of a man, but think about the.
But okay, so that's the problem. They need to turn 15,000 of men loose across the United States and just
Hell
spread us
no.
all out. I know, no, hell yeah, hell yeah,
You
hell
a
yeah.
dog
You
crazy.
what? No,
You're a dog
no,
crazy.
no. You want a man with a vagina. That's what you want. You want a man with a big. You want a man with a big wet vagina is what you looking for.
I'm not for to do this with him.
No,
And I don't possess that, so I don't know how them men think. But if
dog
you my
outrageous.
woman, you with me.
Okay, y'all. Okay, let's skip over that one because that was too much. Okay, let's say if your child was out of the house and they needed their car note paid because they fucked off money, would you bail them out?
Boy or girl?
Good.
Either or.
A man, no. Oh, my daughter, yes.
Okay. And then 2 months later, the same thing.
A man, no. My daughter, yes.
And then 4 months later, your daughter, the same thing.
Then I'm gonna take the car. I'm gonna pay cash for
Yep.
a car that ain't got no note.
Yep. Me, same.
I can't
I
do it
hope
with my
so.
daughter. I can't. I see. I'm never gonna take anything from my daughter, and she ain't got nothing that I want in return. But I'm not gonna have her out turning her ass up to the world for a car note. No dog. No.
Yep.
No sir.
How would you guide her though? So it doesn't continuously happen.
I'm gonna pay it. I said, baby, we need to sit down and let me show you how to work this money. You need to sit down with me.
So
But I can't take a chance on her going out and putting her mouth in places. Whoo, it's awful. She shouldn't be.
okay.
And yeah, all that. No.
Look, do you have when do you have that conversation? After the third
After she fuck up the second time. The second time.
Okay.
I'm having the conversation the first time. The second time, I'm like, all right, look, you're making the same mistake twice. The third time is took.
Mm-hmm.
But my son,
In the second time, I want to sit down and see actually how he or she or he is actually writing out their bills. You know, making sure they don't go over.
Yeah.
you got to specify because if it's a boy, you can let that son bitch walk.
No, no, because I
Why?
want
But
my
why do you?
son.
Why do
I
you?
want
think
my
like that?
son to learn how to budget as well, Trav.
Yeah, budgeting is fine, but pampering him as if he's a woman is not acceptable.
Show
No,
enough.
sir.
I didn't say pamper. Show enough.
So you would, so you would treat your son different than your daughter? That's a different.
Hell yeah, because the world gonna treat him different.
Right, but you don't have any sons,
It
so
don't matter. If I did have one, he would get treated. I go off how I was treated, and I can't do that. And me and my brother's been stand up the whole way. So no, I'm not treating no boy like I treat a girl. Not gonna happen.
okay. So let me ask you guys this: what are some of the top reasons folks enable with their mate? What are some of the reasons?
In a woman-man relationship, or I mean any significant other situation?
Correct.
Probably because they play on them heartstrings and that love. That's
Mhm.
one of the biggest problems.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally entanglement with each other.
Yeah. There you go.
And then it's also the fear of losing what you have in the hopes of keeping what you have.
Yeah.
I mean, fear of losing what you have in hopes of getting what you want.
What you want.
Right. Right. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all what the internet said because I did the research on this. The top reasons folks enable: afraid they will leave, you and your family will suffer embarrassment, they will lose their job, they might end up in jail, It will only start another argument if you deny them. They can become violent, or they may die.
That
So,
sounds like
I
a
mean, if it's gonna be
narcissist.
a life or death situation, we can find us some happy medium. But
hold on, Tootie. Go
I think
ahead.
that's a bit extreme.
But
What
there's
do you what do you mean when you said they may die? You mean they'll be suicidal or
you could have, let's say you have a mate.
right?
No idea that they tell you that they're at the office. They're doing extra work or whatever they to get extra income, but they're really doing this.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So then all of a sudden, some of the money is gone, and now you got to bail them out again, and you're like, why do I keep having to do this? I'm sorry, baby, it won't happen again. Da 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 da. But yet they're working late hours, but the money's not showing them late hours because they're at the office just doing this.
yeah. And see, I can't handle this. And
But you
Gotta
don't
go.
know it yet. You don't know it yet. And that's it. Go ahead. Go. Let me have Trav go ahead and respond because I know you had your hand.
One of the answers you said is probably now that like you just kind of pinched one of my nipples a little bit. When you go to somebody and tell them some good shit
Free.
and they start raising hell or make an argument, I don't like that shit at all. And that's some fuck shit, man or woman. And a lot of people do shit like that. When you go to them and you're like, hey, check this out. This is something gonna make our relationship better. You can't do X, Y, and then they turn around and they come with that bullshit.
Yeah.
That right there, that shit is like somebody scratching the old chalkboards back in the day for me. Cause I'm telling you, this is something that's gonna help us, and you do that. That's a problem. Like I like, and people do that. That's one of the best things that you can come up with. That's a good answer. I don't understand that. That's tough.
And
I don't know how people deal with that.
that's people that cheat, people that do drugs, people that have some type of abuse or substance abuse or whatever. They get irate if they don't get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when they get
Wait,
irate,
wait a minute. Wait. So you got a dude and he doing drugs and he wants your money you've been working and he gets irate.
okay, listen, let's say
I'll be
you
right back.
okay, let's say you get with, let's say you're with this woman, okay? Hold on, let me stop her video real quick. Let's say you're with a woman, you've been with her 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
She's clean, everything, because everything, she has no kind of signs of anything. Then all of a sudden she gets this she has this bomb job. Let's say she's an artist. And now she's under pressure. So then she feels the heat of trying to perform at her job for this big gallery opening. And someone introduces her to some type of drug. And that drug keeps her awake and keeps her going because she's trying to finish this project. So now 2 months go by and she's addicted to this drug, whatever drug of choice. And she's getting work done. She's doing this, she's doing that, but yet you don't realize what she's doing, but she's paying for these drugs, which is fucking off her bill money. And you never knew her to do drugs at all. So let's just say
It's gonna be hard for you to even the phantom at that point. You have to figure out some stuff. You have to find it out. And then once you find it out, that's when that conversation needs to be had. But
how do you figure it out? That's the thing. How do you figure it out?
you gotta put pieces of the puzzles together.
So the
It shouldn't
attitude,
take too long.
well, the attitude's changing, and I mean, let's say just the attitudes is changing and the money is short.
And
Is-
if he's sniffing a lot, you doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say let me say something, y'all. Although she just gave a hypothetical situation, a scenario, I know a guy that went through something very, very similar, and then the lady just passed about a year ago. She fell in the house. They were having Thanksgiving. This has been about 4 years ago. She fell in the house. Not old. She was in her 40s when she fell. She fell in the house and broke her leg.
Mm.
Whatever, it snapped her leg in like 3 places. She went, she healed, she started back walking, but the pain never went away. She started taking pain pills. When she started taking pain pills, it led to something else. She
Mm.
started messing her money up. She started hanging out in the street. She started all type.
That part.
He, yeah, he said he felt like he had to what we're talking about, like help her through it, although she had turned into somebody different. The kids, they had like 4 kids together, they were grown, everything, and they like high school sweethearts. He said he never thought it would have turned out that way. So in that case, he was, I think he was enabling her because he was remembering the girl he fell in love with in high school,
Mm.
not the person that she had become. Now, in that case, it's tough. But I mean, I got a rule. Like, it's certain stuff like doing drugs and stuff as a man is messed up. As a woman, it's just that's man, that's the kiss of death. Because I mean, the big and I go back to this. I'll say it again. It's one thing that a woman will sell in those situations that'll always sell herself. A man can't go out and solicit sex for drugs. I mean, you just it don't happen that way. So that's a tough one right there because if your woman gets down like that, man, what do you do with that?
And
That's tough.
that's the biggest drug in today's world is in pain pills, the doctor pills,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, for pain or whatever.
Opioids.
Yeah. That's the biggest drugs right now. Okay, we got a comment from Chestnuttis.
Chestnudist.
Chestnudis. Okay. As humans, we tend to leave a trail of our deceitfulness.
What?
As humans, we tend to leave a trail of our deceitfulness.
This a man or woman said this?
This is a woman.
The reason I said that because we try to cover up our deceitfulness. So
Yeah.
as men, we try to brush our tracks off. I don't, you know, the trail might be there, but shit, it might lead to another road that you think something else. So I don't know. I agree a little bit, but it's a little different.
Okay, let me ask you this. What are the dangers of being an enabler? What are the dangers of it?
Once you let somebody get their way as an enabler over and over and over again, they're expecting to continue to do what they do. And the thing with that is when you get tired of it and you decide that you want to put some boundaries up, then that person becomes resistant. They want to fight it. They don't agree because you've enabled this behavior for so long that it's no longer, it's a part of who they are. It's not a behavior, it's just a part of this person. And like I said, if once you start putting boundaries up and you start to speak up, then it becomes an issue. And I think that that's one of the biggest parts is what leads after. It's an argument.
Yeah.
It's going to be an argument all day long because they're going to look at it as if it's your fault.
Yep.
So, instead of saying it's their fault, plus it's unhealthy anyway. You know?
Of course,
You mean in a
that,
man and woman relationship?
yeah, the person that's doing the drugs or the pain pills or whatever, yes, are always going to place the blame on the other person because of their addiction.
Well, let me ask you another question. Let's remove drugs. What if you're just in a relationship as a man where you want certain things from your woman?
Such as?
And just I mean, I don't know. Give me throw something. I mean, just you want certain things. You want things to be a certain way. Would that be like if you agree to all those demands, are you enabling him? Are you alive?
Wait, it depends on the situation. Okay, so you're saying in a relationship, if you have certain ways that you want her to follow, and she doesn't follow,
and you get upset,
you as a man get upset. Well, you're not enabling. That's just a part of a relationship. That's just
okay.
Yeah, that's not enabling. Enabling is when you come up short on bills, when you come up short mentally, physically, spiritually. You come
Yeah,
up
what you're
short.
capable of doing for your own versus, versus truly in need. Like Chris Tucker in New Jack City.
Pookie.
Pookie.
No, Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Didn't Chris Rock lie about taking them drugs?
Yes.
See, he was high as a kite.
Well, I thought enabling was justifying or excusing a behavior and making it okay that someone
That's
actually
what I
did
was
this.
saying.
That's
That's what I thought. I didn't think it was. I didn't know any other definition of enabling. I'm looking at it and like if you're enabling a behavior, if you're making this behavior okay by justification or excuses, and you're not holding the person accountable for what they're fucking up, that to me is an enabler. I didn't know there was. I mean, I'm ignorant to the fact of any other definition of enabling.
yeah.
I don't. Wait a minute. What you just said, that is enabling, Nita. So was there a different defining definition that was stated?
Yeah, I'm confused.
So you said something about, we were talking about something other than a behavior.
Well, we were
You had
talking.
mentioned-
Well, Travis asked a question, and I said
Mhm.
that's not enabling. That's just differences in a relationship.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that part.
Yeah, that's
Because
just.
I'm like, wait a second. Because I'm like, wait, am I confused? Because the only definition of enabling that I know of is behaviors and
It's-
accountabilities.
Right, right.
Exactly
Okay.
what it is. That's exactly what
I'll
it is.
just keep sipping. Maybe I shouldn't sip anymore.
Well, I will say the top 4 things, of course, of the research: the dangers of being an enabler, unintentionally supporting addictive habits, creating unhealthy family dynamics, deterioration of your own health, and going into debt. And I could see that, because if you love somebody and you're trying, let's say you're married or whatever, and you're trying so hard to keep your relationship going, but they keep messing up, but you don't know how to let go, and you keep bailing them out of everything, like it's starting to affect you mentally, physically, spiritually. Now you're starting to lose self-esteem. Like, why am I dealing with this shit? You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah.
A lot
But
of times the enabler doesn't feel that way though. The person that's
Wait a minute.
enabling the behavior is the person that's cheerleading that person on, because they don't see that this person is wrong. That's why they're enabling.
Not necessarily.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree
I
with that
do.
as well.
I think that sometimes when I'm not saying 100% of the time, but I'm saying a lot of times the enabler is enabling for a reason. And they feel that this person is on this pedestal and they're going to continue to enable their behavior. I'm not saying that that's in all cases, but there's a reason why you have a person that's out here doing whatever they want to do, and then you have an enabler justifying their behavior. And that's why it works, because that enabler is always going to be their cheerleader, right? Their cheerleader, as long as they're their cheerleader and enabling that person, that's a couple, and this person that's doing whatever he's doing, and this person is being the enabler, they're always going to rock with each other, because he's always or she's always going to find solace in this person, because this person always has their back regardless of what they're doing. This is the cheerleader, and this is the fucking up one. So I
But
feel
not
like the
necessarily.
dynamic.
There can be some well, I'm sorry. Tootie, you had your hand up. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, and I had my hand up because my question was, hold on, y'all. I'm over here doing 10,000 damn things and screwing up. But at any rate, I had my hand up because I was listening to you say that people enable. So do you think that the enabler has maybe some sort of guilt or something, that they keep allowing this person to do this because maybe they've wronged them in some way, or maybe they see that this person is deficient in a certain part of their life, and so they feel like they need this support even if it is wrong? Like, I'm trying to understand that part of what
Well,
you just.
I think a lot of the times is the person that's enabling the person's behavior is there's an insecurity or a void in the person that's doing the enabling.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Can I chime in on that? Nita, I think you're totally wrong, you know, about a person that's enabling someone has insecurity issues. You know, if it's a family member, like let's say if it's your brother and your brother was a frequent flyer and going to jail, and he can, oh sis, get me out. You end up getting him out. That does not mean that you have low self-esteem of yourself. That means that you're enabling your brother because you love your brother and you don't want to see your brother behind bars.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I thought the scenario was in a relationship. But if that's the case, I get what you're saying. If I had a brother and he's going back and forth to prison and he's going back and forth to jail, and we're putting up cars and we're putting up houses, we're getting stuff together to bond him out and bail him out every single time. Yeah, that comes to a dead end because you ain't gonna keep putting my household, my livelihood, and my bills at jeopardy to keep bailing your dumb ass out because you keep wanting to steal cars and deal drugs. I'm not doing that. But there is family members out there that do that and continue to bail people out. And you're right, enabling the behavior, justifying the behavior. Where I come from, if you get your ass in jail, you can get your ass out of jail. I'm not bailing you out.
And that's the thing. We're talking about enabling just the trapment of being an enabler for all circumstances.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Travis.
Stop
hacking. Take some medicine. Yeah.
No, it was actually I was eating
kind of flame or something. Oh,
it was cold. Listen, I'm fine. Y'all don't say shit. Listen.
Okay, you don't run us. We grown.
True that. I didn't talk to you.
I ain't in the mood. I ain't in the mood.
Listen to it. I done briefed you before about that smart ass mouth now. We're not gonna do that tonight.
Oh, is that how this supposed to go?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Cut you off the air so you can maintain your dignity.
Yeah, just play along with him, Tootie.
I'm gonna let you have your moment in the spotlight.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know what time it is.
Okay.
So we'll talk when the show go off there. We're gonna
That's
get
what
back
we need to do.
Yeah. You gonna stop this shit you're doing. Anyway, y'all, this is the thing. It's so that and y'all looking at it from a female perspective, but the thing is, as a male, taking care of your woman and being in a situation where you allow certain things to happen, it kind of the dynamic changes. So because it's different. There's a line to where I would say a neighbor's like, baby, all right, you can't do certain things. But there's certain things as my woman, I want you to be able to do freely and not worry about it at all. I'm talking about just certain things you ain't supposed to worry about. As my woman, that's the way I think. But with that, you know what I mean? But that a lot go with it because I want so much for you to do to get that type of treatment. But if she's just out fucking up, that's gonna be tough. Now flip that to a family member. Because if we live together and we use the same toilets and live in the same domain, you get a different treatment, even from my kids, because I'm gonna put you first. But my brother can't call me and he be a fuck up as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna work. Like, bruh, stop. I ain't coming. I'm not coming. I ain't coming to save no man that ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's just that don't even work.
Even if it was the first time and your brother like really pled his case.
What did he do? Tell me what he did.
Okay, let's say he was short on his mortgage $400 because he told you he had to get 2 new tires or 3 new tires for his truck, but he was out at the casino gambling, but you guys never knew he had a gambling problem.
That's gonna be tough because I don't gamble, Nick. But I will give you.
I'm saying, but that was his excuse.
He lied.
He needed 3 or 4 tires.
Okay.
So you don't know about the gambling yet.
Okay. All right. So I've got so many scenarios that have happened. God rest his soul. My cousin did this. He needed some work done to his car, and he needed the tag for his car. Now, this is before they changed it to where the ad valorem is all included in how it is now in Georgia. You used to have to pay like whatever it was yearly, and he had bought a brand new truck, so he couldn't pay whatever the number was, whatever that number was. He was gonna pay $300 whatever dollars, whatever.
Okay.
But he was on his phone and he went around the back of the house, and one of my other cousins heard him say, "Hey, baby, go get a bottle of wine and go, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna celebrate and we're gonna have a good time tonight and we're gonna, do it." And we had all scraped up together and was gonna pay for the tag and paid him, for the tires for the truck or something. It was something that needed to be done or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all pissed because we had collected like $500-$600 to get this man. Go take care of your tag. Go take care of that as a family. He's passed now. Now the situation like that is because you don't know if, as a man, if he's hustling you or not.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Men make excuses that are so believable that you just want to help out of the kindness of your heart. But at the end of the day, you find that
it's not believable. He's this savage is a storyteller, so that's why, and not stories. I'm talking about like Tiny Tim and the Tall Story. Them believable stories. You read that shit, you think it's real. But no, that's because y'all are women. Y'all believe that shit. If you let me hear it, I'll be like,
there's some men that do believe.
We don't believe that shit.
You don't.
I fought a bear with a loose leaf notebook and all that. That shit never happened, y'all. So don't believe that shit.
I did.
see, oh no.
You fought a bear with a loose leaf notebook.
No, if a nigga tell you something like that and he lived, and you treat him like he just got back from the war, he's lying, and then you just lied to yourself. So you're not enabling. You tell and that boundary shit y'all be saying, he's lying. That's all. It's just lies.
So that's
Tootie, don't look at me like that.
I'm agreeing with you because I'm hard on that kind of stuff. Like if I feel like if I get any inkling that your story got a whole bunch of holes in it, I will question you till you just be like, fuck it. Like for real. I'm a real good investigator. I'm an awesome ass investigator.
That's the truth, y'all. Like,
and I'm probably not gonna help.
And that's the smartest thing, Tootie. Ask questions. Anybody who enables somebody, and that person that's doing the enabling asks all the questions, you're gonna find out the truth because you just keep asking those questions. You could ask 2 weeks later, and that lie is gonna turn into the truth eventually.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna know who you dealt with or what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mr. Shona.
The professional liars,
ain't no such thing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, there is.
You don't lie. Professional liars don't lie. You omit the information. That way you don't have to remember what you said.
That's true. I agree with that though.
And 2080.
No, you just don't say shit. Don't need to tell. You get to fumbling and trying to remember shit when you went right and you really went left. Don't do all that shit. Just
so what do you do? You just say, I just don't want to talk about it.
No, I'm going to leave out intricate details that will cause you not to believe those things. So no, you just say, hey,
With the sound effects too.
I'm like them old men. I'm like them old men. I'm like them old men from the 40s. You asked me a question, Dad, how you doing today? Shit, that's it. I just gave you a sound. He said, "Oh, he don't want to be bothered." But I'm saying, professional. Like that's the best thing to do. Don't give all the information. You're gonna fuck up. You ain't gonna be able to remember all that shit.
But you're gonna fuck up eventually, even if you don't give the information. What if there's a scenario where, okay, so
I'm listening to this shit.
Okay, so a few times you buckled down, you helped out, right? You listen to excuses. They were a whole lie, and 2 months later, 3 months later, you ask that same exact question, and you guys will be like, I don't know, I don't remember. That's 2-3 months ago. Well, no, remember when you said XYZ, and we have it mentally in our brain. Remember when you said, "Oh, I don't remember that shit," because that's how you got.
Hey, 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 look, I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. So that's a man answer. Look, man, I don't what? Huh? Man, I don't even remember that shit. Well, shit, I don't know. Yo,
Exactly.
that's that man shit. Man, I don't want to talk about that shit, man. I don't even know nothing about. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Right.
you know.
Most men will be like, man, I don't even know that. Why? No, here's the key. Why are you talking about the past shit?
No,
Right.
that.
Why
That
you talking
Well,
one.
about that
Why
shit?
you keep
y'all
bringing up
bring.
the past? I thought we were over this. We
I thought
talked
we were
about this. We
over it.
discussed this.
Yeah.
And yet you just keep bringing it up, bringing it up.
And
I'm
you
No, I
Ask
didn't
me
bring
now.
up
I'm gonna
this
bring it up
part. Like,
tomorrow, but one
this is
way
the
or
thing.
another.
I didn't bring up this part last time, and I need clarification on this part. We talked about this part, but I need clarification on this part.
Okay, so my personal scenario one time, um, I was dating a chick and her brother was a fuck up,
Mhm.
and at the time, I was really, really passionate about getting my money right. Like I used to work all the time, and she was like, she said, I need to take care of something. And I was like, cool. I was like, what's the ticket? She was like 800. I was like, all right, cool, no problem. And it came out about 2 months
Wait,
later. She let it.
how long were you dating her before you said that?
I told you I got a 24-month rule. Like, so it was like 24 months, like
Okay.
2 years.
So at 2 years, someone asked you for $800. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And she said it was something, and she was like, look, I'll just put it back in the account. And I was like, cool. Cause like I said, it was about, building, getting right. Anyway, he needed 800, but I didn't know. And then like we were, she said something, and I was like, she was like, I put it back. No, she was slow putting it back. So I asked her about it. And she just bust out. She was like, I gave it to my brother. He was having a hard time. He was gonna get put out, da 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 da. And she knew if she would have told me that, I would have said no.
Mm-hmm.
That right there was really frustrating because I'm like, yo, just tell me about it like that. Like I can deal with certain things, but like when it
But
comes to
being that she told you the truth at the end, how mad did you get? Because you already know that she would be afraid to ask you about her brothers because you ain't gonna do it. So she made an excuse to help, and then she ended up telling you the truth.
y'all, like I can only go off the way my mind works and my experiences in life and what I see. Me and my brothers don't really borrow money from each other unless it's something that has to be taken care of. So if you're a man with no children and you can work anytime, it's just hard for me to give a man something. A man with no children can work 80 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
A man without no children and no wife can work 100. He can work 80 hours a week. I don't want to hear any excuses. You can work two full-time jobs.
Right.
So I was more upset with him not putting that effort in and her seeing me work 65, 70 hours a week, work all weekend long, and you giving him money when he's out chilling, walking around. How could you ask me to do that? Because I'm looking at our best interest. I don't understand. So yeah, in those situations, I'm probably gonna be really difficult to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whew. So listen, we're not gonna stop here. We're gonna stop recording though. But I'm gonna say enabling behaviors include making excuses for someone else, giving them money, covering for them, or even ignoring the problem entirely to avoid conflict. But these behaviors often encourage the other person to continue the same behavioral patterns. How do you help them? Be honest and speak your truth without fear. How do you
You
guys?
sure?
I'm gonna open that real quick before we even. That's my conclusion, but
You sure about that though?
I'm gonna let y'all say one thing. Go ahead, Trav. Yes.
Um, that's tough. That's tough, Nick. Like I said, you gotta do it by two different standards with a man and a woman, and then with your wife, you gotta look out to a certain degree. But if it's your daughters, fellas, I'm sorry, man, you gotta look out only because you know what I'm saying. At that age, you have a young daughter. She'll be messing with somebody a whole lot older than her, and he'll be running that game to her, like just off of.
What if your daughter's 40?
She's still my daughter though. That's tough. That's
Mhm.
tough. That's tough. And I say that only because I just do not want. I'm a man. I know how men really are, and like I said, I'm an advocate for men. But a dude will he'll play on that weakness that you got. If you need money and he got money, man, that's prostitution. I don't care how you want to chop it up. That's what it
Especially
is.
if your young lady is very gullible and naive, they're gonna
It's
use that.
prostitution. I don't give a damn. You can look at it however you want. So if I'm gonna be enabling,
So you're
it's
basically
gonna have.
saying that your daughter can use you to bail them out at any time, but your son cannot.
That's a whole new topic.
I will be a crutch. I will be more of a crutch for my daughter, and I will be backup to help my son navigate through situations. If he's doing what he's supposed to do, I'm gonna look out for him as well. But if he's fucking up, I cannot. I cannot, because the world don't operate that way. Ain't no homeless shelters for men. There's battered shelters for y'all and all that shit. Go
There's
find
no
them.
truth to
Men
That's
that.
sleep
not
under
true.
bridges.
That's not true.
That is not true.
That's not true.
Where
That is
they
not
at? Where they at? Where they at?
All
That
Give me a
over
name.
San
Give me a name.
I'll
Give me a
send
name.
The Salvation
There you go.
Army, Travis.
Uh-huh.
The Salvation Army, they get old raincoats and dirty clothes.
No, down here they're homeless shelters.
Where they at?
Yeah, they got that. You got the mission house. You got the
Yeah,
rescue
For
mission.
men, they
Yeah,
gonna take a
All of these
woman
are
in before
men's homeless shelters. So
they
that's
gonna
what
take
there's
in a
no
woman
truth to
before
that.
they take a man in. They not looking for no man.
Some of them
And
are just for men,
okay,
Travis.
what I will say
One
is
at a time. One at a time. Hold on, one at a time.
there are more women shelters, women and children shelters than there is for men. That's just facts.
San
Agreed.
Diego, they're unisex.
No,
Yeah.
they're
No.
God damn.
And like
What
there's
world
unisex
y'all
ones
living
in San
in?
Diego, that's fine. But
In San Diego, they got shelters for men and women all over.
yeah,
He was
what I'm saying is for to Travis's point, I want to say that across the country, across the board, there is way more resources and women shelters for women and children, women than there is for men. There, and that's just fact.
Well, yeah,
I agree, but I'm just saying they do
there
exist.
are.
But they do exist. They do exist. It's just more for women and children.
And why
Then
is
there
that,
would be-
Trav? Why is that? Why is there more women and children shelters than men shelters? Why is that?
I think he froze.
Oh, Trav froze. Well, I'll answer that question because
want to.
go ahead, Tootie.
Because usually if it's a domestic situation and the woman leaves, she has to take the children with her.
Mhm.
And she wouldn't be able to support the kids by herself necessarily. So they make sure that the woman is taken care of and the children are taken care of because she's the one who has to do the bulk of the work because she picks up the kids.
Mm-hmm.
That and just the man left.
Right.
Yeah.
And the woman doesn't have nowhere to go.
Period.
And a lot of times the women leave and they don't have a job. They don't have nothing. They're starting from scratch and they don't have no family because usually in that situation, the man has isolated the woman and she doesn't have anybody around. So there's the only place she can turn to is a shelter.
Right.
And plus, the man has become her enabler. So she's not able to work because he wants to take care of everything. So
Mhm.
now
Exactly.
when he takes everything away, it leaves her and the kids homeless.
Destitute. Yep.
Women stop
That's
depending
like Tisha
on them.
Campbell. Did y'all see when she left her husband? She left her and her kids were left walking down the street and she said all she had was like $12 in her bank account.
Seen that.
I would never
You saw it?
would never be very dependent. That's something I can't do. It's not in my blood. I will never be dependent on somebody.
Yeah.
God willing. But on that note, y'all, we're gonna end the recording. I love y'all. Until next time, subscribe y'all to Lust Let Us Speak Truth on YouTube, and we are out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.